Swami Bhajan, this was my question with Osho in my second meeting, that I wanted to remember my past life. Exactly your question, why it is so difficult to remember the past life. It is an existential arrangement, my friend, that you don't remember your past life. It is a compassion of existence. I tell you, the great compassion of existence, that the memory of past life is there in your mind, in one compartment of your mind. You have all the memories of your past life. Sometimes it opens up, sometimes by accident, sometimes by meditation. In one case in million, sometimes it happens that people just remember their past life because of some incident in their life or some shock in their life or some accident. 1 in million. There are people, many people who remember their past life. Just out of accident also it happens. Mostly it happens due to meditation. If you meditate and there's a process, I can guide you in that process, that you can remember your past life. So I was also very curious. I wanted to know my past life. Many people, everybody want to know his past life or her past life. It's a psychology. Why you don't remember? The memory is there in your computer. In your computer, there can be so many things, but you cannot open your computer if you don't know the password. No? The things are there, but you must know the password to open the file in computer. So your mind is also by a computer, and in the hard disk of your mind, there are memory recorded of many life, of many things. You can see your past, you can also see your future. The captions are there, but you don't have the password. So, howsoever you try, it does not open up. That's the problem. Why? It is so. It is out of compassion to his friend. This one life experience we have lived. What is your age?
54.
Huh?
54.
54. So 54 years of your life, you will carry so much memory in your mind, so much pain and pleasure, failure and success, that whenever you sit for meditation, all those things comes in your mind. That's 54 years story. No? They don't allow you to sit silently. You try to sit silently and try to avoid all the memory of the mind. The 54 years of romance, 54 years of failure, falling in love and falling out of love, succeeding in business and failing in business, being appreciated by the friends and being insulted by the friends, all those memories are there. And they come up when you want to sit in Vipassana or Zazen or 4 stages of dynamic meditation. You want to silence your mind and so many things are there. You're trying to avoid, they don't go. They come again and again and again. So just one life of memory makes you so much disturbance. If you remember your 54 lives, how can you meditate daily? Just 54 years of memory disturbs you so much and does not allow you to live here and now. If you remember your 54 lives, just imagine the amount of thoughts which come to your mind. It will make life impossible. The other reason, we are interrelated. Many people who are sitting here, maybe we have met in past life. That's why we are here together. That's why you listen to me. Otherwise you would not listen to me. We have some past connection. what happens that we have crisscross connection. Maybe your wife in this life, maybe most of the cases it happens that mother becomes wife, wife becomes mother. Past life wife becomes mother in this life. Sometimes sister becomes daughter, daughter becomes sister. Sometimes friend's wife, my wife, past life, my life. I remember some of my past life. I was in great love with my wife in my past life. She is alive, she is the wife of another sannyasi. She is also sannyasi, and she is wife of other sannyasi. When I was in the early days, when I remember my past life, I used to feel a great attraction towards her. She used to feel a great attraction towards me because she was my loving wife in my past life. But in this life, she is the wife of some other person. So if I remember and she remember things, then personal life will become very disturbed. No? Unless you have a maturity. Now I have a maturity. Now it does not make a difference. I recognize my past life, son, my brothers, my sister, my father. It does not make a difference because now I have matured. But when it happened to me, when memory opened to me, and my past life memory opened to me in say 79. That time I was not that mature. I used to feel great attraction for my past life wife. And when I go and talk to her, she also feels great attraction. And that attraction was unsocial. Because in this life she was somebody else's wife. And they have if she remembered and if I remember, her life will be disturbed. Social fabric will break. The enemy becomes friend. Somebody who has killed in your last life will become a great, just to compensate the sin. Somebody who has killed me in my past life is a great supporter of me in this life. I was killed in one of my life. The person who killed me is a great supporter of me in this life. Just to compensate. He also don't know why he is supporting me. No? Just to compensate. Everything is balanced in this world. Whom you love, you hate also. Whom you hate, you love also. No? So if you remember all those things without getting detached, the life will become impossible. You understand me? It will become impossible. If you remember all your wives in your past life, all your child in your past life, all your father and all your house. In this life, in past life, I have built a big house in India, calling the architect from London. In this life, when I had a memory of my past life, I wanted to go and see my house. It's a big palace in India. I had hired an British architect to build a house for me. In this life, they didn't allow me to enter into my own house. The guard said, go ahead. Then I have to create a false story. I said, no, I wanted to visit. He said, no, this you have to take permission because that house is under government supervision. And that time government of India has taken the possession of the house. So they told me, go to district magistrate and get a permission. Then only will allow. I said, my God, it's my house. I spent so much money. I had an architect from London who came to build a house for me, and they don't allow me to go into the house, my own house. You feel great attraction when you have first time. Now I don't have any attachment, but when that time I was not mature, so I had a great attachment. I know where I have kept some diamonds in the wall of that house, because those days there was no bank. So people used to hide gold and diamond in the wall and under the floor. I remember. No? But they don't allow. I went to the district magistrate. I of the city. I told him that I want, because the guard, the Central Reserve Police guard were there, they told me that you have to take permission if you want to visit. So I went and I waited and waited. It took 6 hours to wait in the chamber. Then Rishi Maitre called me because he was very busy. He said, why you want to go see that old house? I said, look, I am an architect, I am by profession, I am an engineer. So I told him that, look, I am an engineer, architect, I design house. That design house has a typical British design. I want to study, I want to write books, I want to take photograph, that's my subject of research. And I show him all my credentials, that I am an engineer, I am qualified engineer, and I am consultant, I have designed so many houses. So all the credentials, that he got convinced. Then he said, okay, write down the application. I wrote the application in front of him. He said, the engineer is allowed to study the house and make pictures. Then I was allowed to enter into my own house. It took me 2 days to get the permission. So how much pain I have, how much time, you understand? And then also they allowed me for a few hours. Then evening I would just go out because everything has to be allowed. I'm telling you this story because you get attached with things. And if you get attached with things, the life will become difficult. Even attachment with this life's wife, if your wife falls in love with somebody else, you get so much pain. If you remember your 54th wife, in 54 different arms, how can you put that in You will need psychiatric help. You will become crazy. So that's a compassion of the existence. That existence does not allow you to remember things unless you mature. When you mature and when in this life your wife goes in somebody else with somebody else and it does not disturb you, it means you are mature. In this life your house gets burned and it does not hurt you, then you are mature. Then you can remember. So certain psychological, spiritual maturity is needed. When you will have psychological and emotional and spiritual maturity, you will start remembering many lives. If possible, I have remembered some of my life. I know hundreds of people who remember their past life and they are not disturbed by it. If they remember accidentally, their life will become crazy, they become mad. If they remember by maturity, by meditation, by detachment, with the help of Guru, it is very enriching experience. When then Vairagya comes, because you remember when I was not allowed to enter into my past life house, I had so much attachment with that house. The one benefit I had, that I have built in this life also a few houses for myself in Nepal. And I was very attached with this house. So that gave me understanding. If I take another birth, they will not allow me to enter in this house. So I got detached. I don't think that is my house. It is just an existential play. I am allowed to live for a few years. When I will die, I will come in another body. They will not allow even to enter into your own garden. The plants you have planted, the tree you have planted, they will not allow you to touch it. So that is